Right, if you'd like to stay with us, David Scott-Beddard will be live on Sky News in about 1 minute with the life jacket.
England's lioness have to make 4 straight wins in their qualifying campaign. The next fellows at the World Cup, they're playing Iceland in Reckon into the second half. It was a brilliant finish from Alessia Russo on 21 minutes that gave England the advantage. That is the way it stands in the second half. We'll keep you up to date. The Women's Six Nations where England produced a dominant display against Scotland.
Hi there, David. It's Toby here from Sky News in London. Can you hear me at all?
Hi Toby, yes we can.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks guys for joining us. I'm just part of the tech team. I'm going to make sure everything's looking good before we get through. I think where you've got the camera here is pretty brilliant, actually. So
awesome.
I'm happy with the way it looks.
Good.
Can I just confirm, I'm guessing, David, you won't see the programme coming back to you on the screen, will you?
No, I won't. My colleague John is holding the phone for me.
Fine. No problem. So long as it sounds all okay to you, that should be all good.
Good.
What I'll do now, David, is pass you over to our producing team, and I'll speak to you before you go on air, okay?
Yeah, that's fine, thank you.
Great, thanks a lot.
Much more. What a busy day of football over on Sky Sports News, and we're back in the next hour.
It's actually off. It's not off, is it?
Coming up next here on the News Hour, gone a Lifebelt from us. Hi David, it's Sky News here. Just checking you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic. We're just about to go into commercial break, so you will lose us out for a little, about 3 minutes. But in the meantime, I'm going to hand you over to our producer. He'll have a quick chat with you before we go back on air.
Thank you.
Hello, Sam, the Sky News Gallery. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you fine, Sam.
Perfect. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We very much appreciate it. We're just on a quick commercial break now for the next 3 minutes, and then we shall be with you. You'll be chatting to our presenter, Jonathan, when we come out of the break. Can I just ask what item that is you're stood in front of, just so I can tell my presenter?
Sorry, say that again.
Can I just ask what it is that you're stood in front of, so I can tell?
This is the Titanic life jacket that was sold today.
That's the actual one?
That is the one, yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
I didn't buy it, by the way.
You didn't spare $500,000.
Unfortunately not, I was a few pounds short.
It's always the way.
Can you see your reflection on it? No.
A few people would.
Seconds, you know, so.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, let's get more now on the life jacket worn by a first-class passenger on the Titanic who survived the doomed voyage. It's just been auctioned off this afternoon for more than £500,000. It is one of a number of us for more on this. I'm joined by David Scott-Beddard, who's chairman of the British Titanic Society. Great to see you. Can you believe how much this went for? £530,000.
Good afternoon, Jonathan. Yes, it's a staggering amount of money, isn't it? It's one of only 7 life jackets that are known to have survived, and this is the only one from a surviving passenger ever to be sold.
Quite incredible. You're standing in front of it.
I am.
Who bought it?
I don't know, actually. It was a phone bidder. I was on another line speaking to another prospective purchaser who pulled out, but I don't even know whether it's staying in the UK or whether it's going overseas at this stage.
Yeah, and I suppose we don't know whether it's gone to a private collector, do we, or whether it might go into a museum. I mean, there is a chance it could be hidden away from public view, which seems a bit of a shame.
It is, but what tends to happen with artefacts of this value and rarity, we're very lucky in the Titanic community that if a private collector buys them, very often they will be loaned to museums. But as I say, I don't know whether it's going to a museum or a private collection at this stage.
And while you're standing in front of it, just tell us a bit more about it. Tell us about the history of the life jacket and a bit more about who wore it.
Yes, it was worn by a first-class passenger, Laura Francatelli, who was the personal secretary for Lady Lucille Duff Gordon, a prominent courtier at the time. She was travelling to New York from Paris with her husband, Sir Cosmo Duff Gordon, and they were saved from the ship in Lifebelt number 1.
Yeah, Lifebelt number 1 was quite controversial, wasn't it? Because only 12 people, I believe, were on that boat when it went away from the Titanic, but it could have taken 40.
That's right. The controversy also expanded after the disaster. 2 of the crewmen who were carpenters on board had lost all their tools, and they passed comment whilst in the lifeboat after the ship had sank. And so Cosmo, when they got onto Carpathia, the rescue ship, he kindly gave them a £5 note each to buy new tools. And of course that was then transposed into he had bribed the crew not to row back, which was clearly not true.
Of course, and there have been other items for sale, haven't there, from the Titanic? Tell me about that.
Yes, you'll see a little bit lower if I step out of the way. This was a fender from one of the lifeboats, the only one known to have survived, along with the lifeboat plaque which is attached to it, and you can see it being lifted onto the Carpathia in this photograph. An incredibly unique artifact. Yes, that went for, forgive me if I don't get this right, but it was somewhere in the region of £260,000.
It's quite incredible the amounts of money we're talking. Why do you think people are prepared to spend so much money on Titanic items?
Well, Titanic is a never-ending story. It's part of the national curriculum, the history curriculum. Every school student still learns about the subject, so there's always a new generation of Titanic enthusiasts coming through. And as you say, these artefacts of this rarity make huge amounts of money.
And you're chairman of the British Titanic Society. What was it that sparked your interest in the liner?
I was about 7 or 8 years old, and my father bought me a model which we sat and built together, and then I started to read books, and I started collecting about 30 years ago, and I'm very privileged now. I'm actually a partner in a Titanic exhibition company, so we stage exhibitions all over the world.
Yeah, and it does still fascinate, doesn't it? These years later, 114 years on. And do you think that there are other items out there which may also come up for auction in coming years?
There are 2 auctions every year here at Henry Aldrich & Son in Devizes and Wiltshire, 2 specialist Titanic and maritime auctions, and we never know what's going to come out of the woodwork.
No, we really don't. And I suppose we should also remember the victims, shouldn't we? I mean, there's something almost, I don't know, rather sad about all of this, isn't there? The sort of transactional nature, given what a desperately sad event it was.
Indeed. Only last weekend the British Titanic Society held their annual convention in Cove in Southern Ireland, which used to be called Queenstown, which was Titanic's last port of call. And we had over 100 delegates come from all over the world to commemorate the loss of the ship. So it's still a very emotive subject as well.
Yeah, that sounds like a lovely event. It's been fantastic having you on, and quite incredible that such huge sums of money have been spent. David Scott-Beddard, Chair of the British Cancer Society. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Fascinating stuff. Let's finish.
That was amazing, Sam. Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome as always.
That's it, done. Nice one, mate. Very good.
That went all right, I think.
Yeah. And that's it from Devices. Till next time. See us in November.